3 months have now passed and it's time to check in on our profile startup company Indian Giver. myBRC is charting the progress of this new online business as it faces the challenges and celebrations of its first year in operation. Indian Giver offers the overnight hire of designer dresses. When we first spoke with company founder Stevie Dellamarta, the planning and website development were pretty much done, and she and her business partner Ron Anderson were preparing for Indian Giver's big launch, a major mail-out to significant media and other contacts in the fashion industry. A lot's happened since then. There have been fashion weeks, guerrilla marketing, Stevie has lost her day job working in Ron's other business, the showroom's on the move, and the word about Indian Giver is definitely spreading. So let's pick up where we left off, at the big company launch. What happened and how did it all go?
We sent out all our media kits to over 100 different fashion editors around Australia of all the magazines, and to all your sort of influential women of Melbourne as well, to start spreading the word. So it went really well.
And what sort of response did you get then?
Yeah, really positive. We had a lot of the fashion editors actually approach us and say, look, we're really keen to run a story or a feature, which is great. I was sort of expecting I was going to have to call all of them up and chase it, but it was amazing. They just came to us, which is fantastic.
I was quite overwhelmed by the amount of public relations mentions we got in newspapers, magazines, then to get a current affair, which was just out of left field. We didn't expect that. And then a week later to get Today Tonight was amazing. We're just blown away, really. It was fantastic.
So it couldn't have really gone better, could it?
No, from a PR perspective, it really couldn't have gone better.
You followed up with a little bit of guerrilla marketing too, so what was that all about?
Yeah, correct. L'Oreal Melbourne Fashion Festival is held in Melbourne each year. It's for the actual customers, so all the people who want to see the latest fashion. So we thought that's a perfect target market for us. To actually be involved as a sponsor for L'Oreal Melbourne Fashion Festival would be very expensive. So we thought, how do we get involved? So we thought a bit of guerrilla marketing would be very effective. So we dressed a whole lot of boys up. We had about 6 boys dressed up in Indian Giver headpieces, and we had them in jeans and a white top, and we had them handing out Indian Giver flyers promoting the website.
When we first contacted the fashion festival about sponsorship, 2 things came up. One, it was too expensive, but there were no spots available anyway. It was sort of too late in the piece. So we thought it was too good an opportunity when we've got so much of our target market in the one place at the one time to just ignore it. So we thought we'd roll the dice, get down there, and the worst that could happen would be get told to move. That's what ended up happening, but not before we hit a lot of our target market right between the eyes with Flyers and Redskins.
Well, then you went to Sydney Fashion Week. Did you manage to achieve more awareness about Indian Giver?
I think the great thing about Roseman Australian Fashion Week was that we're buyers, and at the start I went out to a lot of designers trying to get them on board, educating them about the concept, and the few were sceptical, but by this time I had all the designers approaching us saying they want us to buy from them. So that was really positive, knowing that the concept's working, and that if we do want to bring new designers on board, it's easy now and it's not going to be hard trying to get them on board.
We discussed whether it would be beneficial to go or not. The year previously we'd both been up in a work capacity with helping sort of organise the whole show, and we knew it was going to be beneficial for our exposure to designers. It wasn't going to raise our profile with customers, but it was going to raise our profile with designers, which is also really important to us as we plan on growing the business. And we think that worked. Stevie going up there, we got so many invitations to so many shows. It was great. So we're actually being taken seriously by the designers, which is what we really needed to happen. It was happening anyway, but I think it really helped the process along, yeah.
With all the different activities over the last couple of months or so, then what about the numbers of customers?
Yeah, it's increasing. It's sort of averaging between 8 and 10 hires every week, so you sort of come in knowing that we're doing that. I think our busiest week's been about 15 hires, which is very busy, so it's great. The word's really starting to spread.
Now, you're no longer working full-time for Ron.
Yeah.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing from an Indian Giver's point of view?
From an Indian Giver point of view, it's good because I can come in and concentrate and get it done and not feel conscious about vigour and Indian Giver. But at the same time, I'm finding it hard to sort of motivate myself and come in every day on time and get it done. So and I know as soon as I get a full-time job, I'm going to regret not coming in and spending the time I should be on it.
It's kind of helped Indian Giver in a little way, because in my mind we've been able to separate it. In Stevie's mind, she's been able to separate it. Instead of coming into the Vigour office and grabbing some time for Indian Giver, now when we catch up it's purely Indian Giver, it's never put aside. Stevie's been able to concentrate on it more. The hard thing for her though is not having that full-time income from Vigour in the short term. So that's challenging, and that's what we all continue to face at the moment. But no, overall it's been good.
Well, what about the money? It is coming in for Indian Giver now?
Yeah, it is. It's the money's coming in, which means that it's a sustainable business, which is fantastic. Unfortunately, where we'd both love it to be would be creating enough money that we could take an income from it and work on it full time. That's not yet the case. We're not big enough yet, but it's money's coming through, which is great, which really helps. The challenging thing for money is coming up with enough money for the next buys, for the next season dresses, to expand our wardrobe and make sure that we remain current and fashionable. And to be honest, that's happening more often than I originally expected. I was always expecting you have a range of clothes, you sell them, you buy the next ones. Of course, that doesn't happen. That wasn't thinking very logically. So you pay for one lot, and no sooner have you got those in the door than you have to order your next lot and pay deposits on your next lot of clothes before you've actually received any income. So that's been the toughest part of it. And I think I mentioned in one of our blogs that was the hardest part of the business to begin with, but that's nothing new for any small business. It's cash flow in the short term.
You spent quite a lot of time on that website sorting that out. Is it working?
Yeah, no, the website's great. We're only getting positive feedback about that, so yeah, it's fantastic.
And you're planning to move? You're moving shortly?
Yeah, we're just here temporarily. So we're just moving around the corner to share an office with a couple of other girls in fashion. So that will be exciting, and it's a good little hub around there of all different fashion agencies. So hopefully that will create some more customers and awareness.
So what are the best, worst things and maybe the biggest surprises for you so far?
Yeah, I think the best part is just how I was actually out the other night with some girlfriends, and I'm in the toilets, and one girl said, "Oh, I need a dress for tomorrow and it's my birthday, I can't afford a dress." And I said, "Let me tell you about a little business that I've just started." And she goes, "Are you Indian Giver?" And I said, "Yeah." And she goes, and then she yelled out to her friends, "Oh my gosh, this is Indian Giver." And she ran me downstairs to meet all her girlfriends. So I think that the fact that people knew about it was really rewarding and exciting, knowing how quickly the word's spreading.
We couldn't have asked for too much more after 3 months, and it's probably going better than we originally thought. We thought that we'd be at a certain number of hires per week, and we're actually going a lot better than that, which is great. So all going well. New campaigns get out there in the market and extend our customer base, and we'll be flying in another few months.
It's going along great. Yeah, it's really good.